everyone. Welcome to SaaS and Sizzle, your home to how AI is impacting B2B growth. This week, I am just so thrilled to welcome Asif Muhammad onto the program to discuss AI-driven strategies that are supercharging B2B marketing team performance by improving data accuracy, powering predictive analytics, enhancing lead scoring, and speeding up content creation. I mean, there's something for everyone in the land of marketing. So with that, we want to welcome everyone to Navigating AI in the World of Demand Gen podcast. I'm your host, Julie Knight, and today, as I mentioned, we're honored to have Mr. Asif Muhammad, who is a seasoned B2B SaaS marketing executive. He has over 2 decades of experience and expertise in industry giants like IBM, Microsoft, NetApp, and UiPath. Mr. Muhammad shares insights on the role of AI in customer acquisition, product positioning, and strategic partnerships. So Asif, welcome to the program. We're thrilled to have you.
Pleasure to be here.
I'm going to do a little kind of harbor view tour of AI as it relates to a number of things. And then we're going to really get started into some of the deeper dive questions. So, as we know, AI has revolutionized customer service enhancements, personalized customer experiences, and streamlined numerous tasks in the realm of digital marketing. With the ongoing evolution and increased sophistication of AI tech, it is fundamentally reshaping the strategies employed by digital marketers in their campaigns and content creation. As AI technology progresses, digital marketers gain the capability to refine their campaigns with greater precision, which I think is just, an absolute marketer's dream. Automation of tasks such as segmentation, targeting, customer profiling, and so on is just... It really helps in understanding the behaviors and preferences that really surpass what a marketer themselves can do. And it enables digital marketers to design campaigns that are not only relevant, but also more effective in engaging the target audience. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Vikas, to get us started.
Well, thank you, Julie, and welcome, Asif. Welcome to our podcast, and thank you for giving us this time. So just to start, last week we had this opportunity to speak with James Day and Esther Clark from Inspired Education Group, and they told us how they are leveraging AI as part of their customer acquisition strategies. While we understand the AI tech is relatively new, but we could still use it for reaching out to global audiences, and that's what we learned from them, how they have used it. So our question to you is, Asif, could you share with us where you have applied AI as part of your technology stack or as part of your marketing strategies?
Sure. So first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity, and it's a pleasure to be here. So from marketing perspective, I always, first thing I look at is understanding your ICPs and persona. So the role of AI is really important. So you understand the key signals or intent signals from the customer's perspective or the prospects looking for a particular solution. So understanding your ICPs, understanding your customers, and then intent signal is where I've used AI, and I've used various platforms, whether it's Zoom Info, Sales Intel, and so on and so forth. So that's number one. Number two is understanding the digital journey of the prospects. So when you run into your marketing campaigns, you drive traffic on your website. AI really empowers marketeers to understand the digital journey so we can position the right type of content to the right personas at the right time. That's number two. Number three is once you have the prospect into the funnel, into the marketing automation or Salesforce, then you can tailor the right messaging, plan that within the marketing automation, so you can really personalize the messaging. And also, same time, you can educate your SDRs, BDRs, and other cross-functional teams by putting the right automations and workflow within the marketing stack. That's number three. Number four is you work with a sales team, so you can provide all the intelligence, where the leads are coming from, what channels we have used, what messaging we have, positioned to various personas. So they can be really empowered with the knowledge they need in order to take their message to the end customers and when they're in dialogue with the sales team. So all in all, starting from understanding your customer, understanding the intent signals, making your digital journey and understanding it better, personalizing your messaging, automating the entire journey with a marketing automation system, putting the sequence, and then enabling and empowering the sales team and SDR. So all in all, AI is really helping me to create, better results and improving the customer journey and getting better quality leads.
Well, I mean, you just really summed up the next question, which is marketing doesn't operate in a silo anymore. There were the days when, each function within the go-to-market, had its own sets of responsibilities. They had a focus around lead gen, or it could be one-to-one marketing, depending on segment and focus of the company. But nowadays, marketing, and rightly so, is fully integrated or largely integrated into the go-to-market with our SDRs or BDRs, our account executives for new logo, account managers for existing business, and of great importance, our customer success, our customer experience organization. So with that, what is your assessment of how marketing and AI would work across the go-to-market? What is working, maybe what is more mature, and where are we still in our infancy?
Sure. So I think before even I get into AI and the role of AI, I think I always say that there has to be common and shared vision within the GTM team. So what I mean by GTM team is product management, product marketing, sales, customer success, SDR, BDRs, depending on how you structure within a given company. So shared vision is very, very important, meaning everybody knows what is expected of different campaigns, how we're going to get to the customers, how many campaigns we're going to be running, how we're going to be measuring our success, what is the MQI, MQL models look like, and how we will translate that into the sales numbers. So that's number one. Number two is having the clear call cadence with your key stakeholders, because communication, although you have the system and workflows in place, automation can play wonders, but have a dialogue monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, that really works with the GTM. Third thing is, I think one of the success factors or one of the secrets I've kind of figured out in last 5-6 years is that whenever you run campaign, you build a consensus with the GTM team. So it's not marketing who's running the campaign, but the ownership and accountability is shared between different functions within the GTM. So that's number three. Number four is that the various platform, I think I mentioned a few, whether it's HubSpot from the marketing automation perspective, whether it's Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamic or Optimizely or demand-based, if you're talking about an ABM perspective, if it's, sales prospecting, it's outreach and so on and so forth. So all those workflows, once you have the shared visions, once you have the teams enabled and empowered with the knowledge they have for the campaigns, then you can put those, workflows in your marketing stack so we can get the maximum out of our campaign. So alignment, having the shared vision, having the right marketing stack, and then having close collaboration with the cross-functional teams is key to success. So AI, again, playing a pivotal role in the campaigns or integrated marketing campaigns we ran as a marketeer. But the most important thing is when you blend the tech stack with the human intelligence, that works the best.
Right. I think that's very key. So Asif, well, I'll just change the track a little bit and bring it more the technology focus back in here. As we
Sure.
see that a lot of new technologies and the ways of working keep entering the tech frame all the time. So as a marketing leader, led large teams in different careers with different companies, how have you gone about ensuring that your teams have adopted the new technologies and adapted to the new ways of working?
Sure. This is a great question. So again, I'll take a step back and defining before, or I implement or I've implemented various technologies or marketing stack. I look at, okay, we need to figure out what needs to be done, what needs to be achieved. So defining the clear objectives before you implement any marketing tool or platform. So that's number one. Number two is once you know what is your objective, then you work with the tech team, whether it's an IT team or customer success or sales team, to get their confidence that, okay, here are our objective. These are the tools we have evaluated, and this is what we're going to achieve out of that. And that is the impact or ROI we're looking for. So building the consensus between different cross-functional teams. Third thing, having the right talent. So the talent will really embrace technology because marketing is evolving every day. Every day is a new day, new technology is coming. The social selling, the way people are interacting with the vendors is changing, is evolving every day. So fostering the culture of innovation, fostering the culture of embracing new technology and change is key. And I do that by listening, active listening from my team members, involving them in terms of decision making, having clear communication, putting the right metrics in place. So what is expected of each and every members of the team. And then I always say that no matter which company you're working from, you got to have swimmers and sailors. I brought this philosophy or introduced philosophy at UiPath when I was saying sometimes you need to think at the bigger picture, but also when you're in the sea, you need to swim at times so you can get your hands dirty. So I want to make sure that I have the right players in my team who can swim and sail. So if you put all these ingredients together, then sky is the limit. We ran very successful campaign. We implemented various technologies, whether it's CRM, whether it's database technologies from the marketing stack perspective, whether it's social like Hootsuite, HubSpot, Sprout, Outreach, various platform. But it all depends on shared vision, with the an attitude towards the change and embracing the change. So I work collaboratively with my team and also across the team to make sure that we strive to succeed and achieve our objectives.
That's excellent. And it's almost, well, it is a playbook for success. And, having as a leader and as an organization, starting to implement transformational technologies, you really have to have the muscle in the organization to be able to absorb and to be able to take advantage of it. And to your point, everybody understanding their remit, understanding how, what do they need to learn to take advantage of it, and also what the guardrails are in order to be successful. So with that, one of the topics that always comes up, and certainly has been well before the topic of, AI and marketing or elsewhere in an organization, is the topic of data and assessing an organization's readiness to successfully implement tools, whether it's ABM, customer expansion, growth personalization, whatever technologies. The foundation of data is probably more important than it's ever been. So I'd love to get your thoughts on that and how you work not only within the marketing organization, but across the aisle with data owners and in particular IT in order to help supercharge marketing with these new weapons, if you will, in terms of, all aspects of customer and prospect engagement.
Sure. So we always say in marketing, customer is the king, but when it comes to the integrated marketing, I would say data is the king. So no matter which platform or technology you're talking about, whether it's machine learning or AI, and so on and so forth, it all depends on the data. And as we always say that one thing which is not constant is change. Is change. So data is always changing. When you look at the market, most of the players you find, whether it's Zoom or Sales Intel or you name it, it's not real-time data. So when you look at, if I'm planning a campaign and I look at the intent signals, it's not real-time. That is the biggest challenge for me as a marketeer. So that's number one. Number two is people keep on changing their job, their roles, and every 3 months, data keep on changing. So data cleansing and data profiling is key. And not many organizations, I mean, if I interview 10 organizations, 9 out of 10, the data is not real time, it's not current. So the importance of data is very important. There are different tools I've used, whether it's ggplea, whether I've used third party, people are getting the right emails and constantly profiling and cleansing the data. So again, if I don't have the right data, I'm not going to get the right predictive, analytics. I can't make smarter decision. But as long as I can get 80, 90% right, I need to rely on the data, is important, because it's one of the key factors. Then working with IT and other functions, we need to rationalize data as a marketeer and say, okay, this is what we're doing. Here is our objective, new tools we want to implement. And we need to build the confidence with the IT and cross-functional team to make sure that we implement the right technology and they are on our side to make sure that we build the decision together. So
yeah. Oh, well, and I'd just love to interject something here is that, more and more as organizations and IT departments are looking at data and hosting data or pulling data into centralized data lakes, I think that is going to drive even more the rigor around how clean your data is, how current it is, and also I think some guardrails and some SLAs from other departments that both use data and feed data into the lake will become more the norm than maybe the exception. So I think we it's a change, but for those of us, in the marketing organization or go to market across the board, I think it might be a good thing.
Well, absolutely. And, as I said, integration and collaboration with IT and other teams are very important, because if you implement a new tech stack or whatever CRM system or marketing automation, and if both teams are not on the same page, then it's a challenge for marketeers and, of course, for the IT teams as well. So close collaboration, integration, and having the shared vision, common objective is key when you implement any tech stack, and the data is key for any marketer.
Excellent.
So in one of my latest blogs, I did come up with this small term called, if AI fuels your organization, then data fuels AI.
Absolutely.
So data is becoming really the next oil, as you may call it, just powering most of the organizations. And I think it's a good thing for marketing team, because data is really the most important aspect, which people were not updating or not taking good care of while putting things into CRM and other places, and hence all the campaigns were used to go wrong.
I mean, AI is as good as your data, because all your algorithms will make decisions or give you predictive analytics or data-driven insights based on the data that's been provided or given in your, tech stack, whether it's marketing automation or CRM. So absolutely, data is the king.
Right. So actually, we spoke about IT, and you spoke a lot about how IT and marketing, they are working together as a shared vision, and so many other forms. So any particular advice you'd like to give to our RevOps and IT colleagues, so that when they are partnering with marketing teams, what should they keep in mind when they are evaluating any new tech stack for marketing?
Sure. So open communication is number one, common objectives and clear rationale why a new tech stack. Most of the companies I work for, maybe I'm very fortunate that the decision comes from me, what I need, why I need, and then I go back to the tech team and rationalize the decision and then the business impact. But equally, there are some companies, I have colleagues and friends, the data is taken by the IT department, and then the marketing is involved, and then there are lots of friction and challenges. So my advice would be to have the clear vision, clear objective, clear communication, clear cadence between teams, and working together to make sure that there is a clear timeline, because marketing has to produce revenue, generation marketing activities, work with the sales, hit numbers. And if for whatever reason it's not implemented on time, that could really impact on the results of the marketing and sales performance. So having the clear, as I said, objective, working together as one team. It's not IT and marketing and IT. Just having one team, create champions within teams smaller groups. So they're working together to make sure that they're working towards what are the timelines has been agreed. And then looking at the objectivity, because IT is trying to help and support marketing, and marketing is trying to support the business. So, and the end goal for both IT and marketing is the same. So working as one team, I think, is key for implementing any new technology stack.
Sure, sure. No, absolutely. Now, just taking this discussion a little bit forward and talking about IT and tools for marketing, are there any particular tools that you would like to put spotlight on, and in terms of customer success, sales prospecting, or even for marketing for our
Of course,
audiences?
there's a huge list of marketing stack so if we take, top of the funnel, you can talk about HubSpot, you can edit bar, marketing automation, Podget, and so on and so forth. Then if you look at driving traffic and analyzing the forensic on your website, there's Webio, there's Lead Forensic, and a few others. If you look at the web experience and chatbot, there's Drift, something I've implemented in my past life. So you can really interact through your chatbots, you can interact with your potential prospects. Then from the sales perspective or perspective point of view, sales logic, there is outreach, and there are so many various other tools for content creation in the market. So I can go on. The list is long. From social perspective, Hootsuite is really useful, and Sprout is another one. And these features now are really embedded into the marketing automation as well. We talk about the data. So from data perspective, Dedupli is something I've implemented in my last role. So that really helps to really streamline data, but it's not going to class the data. It's going to just Dedupe. And then another one is intent signals. So TechTarget, Medicine Logic, Zoom Info, and there are many others, newcomers in the market, if you want to. But I think one of the challenge I found, and Julie, you will echo that, is data is not real time. Even if you get the data from Zoom Info, and then you're gonna figure out that that person has left the company 2 months ago. I've been given that particular segment or group of people are looking for a job, but I can't, when we try and work with SDRs, they kind of figured out that that person has left 2 months ago. So the data is not real time. So AI is evolving, but it's still a long way to go. And yeah, that's the tech stack I would mention today. But there's so many other new technology coming very thick and fast.
There's still a lot to unpack there, and yeah, I would say the stack is evolving almost literally as fast as people at companies are changing and the data is changing. So keeping track of it and understanding newcomers and what they have to offer. I mean, I would encourage all of our listeners. Yes, you have certain tools or platforms within your tech stack, but things are always changing, and even just learning what is new and some of the trends to help you do your job better and ultimately offer your customers better experiences is always worth setting some time aside to dig into. So for our listeners, what recommendations do you have for whether it's individual contributors, and they could be seasoned players, or those, just out of university, new managers or leaders, on helping getting your teams ready for this new and evolving way of work?
This is a great question. So first thing I would say is embrace change, because market is evolving, marketing is evolving, and the way customers are trying to find solutions is changing, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook or Meta now, Twitter's social channels, website. So it's evolving, and try to understand those signals. So embracing change is number one. Number two is adaptability. So we would talk about different technologies, emerging. So market sensing and adaptability is number two. Number three is collaboration is very, very important. So gone are the days when we used to work as a marketing, sales, customer success. Now we are just one team. So understanding the broader objective and making sure that you're working and collaborating with your key stakeholders is number three. And number four is market sensing, continuous market sensing. And number 5 is continuous learning. So keep learning about your customers, about your competitors, about new technologies, about what is new innovation coming into the market, and then how you can really use that knowledge and bring that into the team and get the ball rolling and achieve the amazing results for the company.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, great. So, well, that actually brings us to the final section of this podcast. And this is a question we like to ask all our guests who comes to us, and hence I'm putting it to you as well. So, while we've been listening about AI technologies which are coming through and knocking our doors, and there is a gold rush right now that everyone wants to implement AI ASAP in their businesses. Any advice that you would like to give to our audience about what could be the potential pitfall of AI, and should they really rush into things or just wait for things to evolve?
Sure. I think that things are evolving and there has to be a right blend of human intelligence with the artificial intelligence. That's the advice I would give. As long as AI is creating efficiency, but in order to make effectiveness, there has to be, intervention from the human side. We can't, as a marketer, just entirely rely on the AI. Example I'll give you: we ran a few campaigns based off the intent signals. We kind of figured out that some of the data we receive from whether it's ZoomInfo or Madison Logic or TechTalk, any place or vendor you're talking about, it's not real time. And again, AI is as good as the data, as you rightly mentioned. So my advice would be, fine, embrace technology, embrace AI, learn new ways of doing things, but making sure that end of the day, you need to blend this with the human intelligence. Just relying on AI at this point in time, maybe not a good idea, but working with AI is something I would advise to my listeners.
Wow, this is so fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And I think I'd give a nod to our enablement teams, our RevOps, and corporate learning and development, as this is an absolutely perfect time to seize the opportunity to, develop curriculum or bring in thought leaders and experts to help you train your teams. And that can be everything from, governance, guardrails, to how you can think more strategically as you start to incorporate AI and where to do that, and then how you can up-level the organization. So great opportunity for all of those who have learning and development as part of their set of responsibilities. So that brings us to the end of today's SaaS and Sizzle podcast, and a heartfelt thanks to Asif Muhammad for joining us today and sharing what has been vast experience across the tech vendor spectrum. A lot of best practices, ideas on how to think about data, some ideas also around vendors that you might want to consider for your tech stack, and just, what you should be aware of when introducing AI, not only within marketing, but across the go-to-market. So with that, this episode has been sponsored by Shiker Consulting. You can find the podcast posted on YouTube and Spotify. And of course, if you would like to connect with our guest today, please feel free to reach out via LinkedIn. His profile is linkedin.com /Asif Muhammad /6288781 / or you can just simply search. But again, thank you so much for your time, your thoughts, and sharing your wealth of experience and ideas with our audience today. And for those listening, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Okay.